Hello, everybody. This is Kazdan from Survivors Gaming Union, the social gaming guild on PCNA and the Elder Scrolls Online. We are geared towards either current or former members of the military, law enforcement, or first responders. So if you fall into that category, feel free to join our Discord in the description below. And welcome to a series called From Stank to Tank, in which I record my journey from becoming a somewhat mediocre tank into becoming a tank that's ready for in-game content. Today in the series, we're going to talk about skill points. How many skill points do I feel that I need for this character that we're on? And how am I going to go about getting those skill points, and then some things that will help you on your journey of gathering skill points throughout Tamriel. So let's get started. So this is my Dragon Knight tank, my main tune for the video series. And as you can see, right now I'm sitting at a good spot. I have the majority of the things that I want as far as skills go. But I want to make sure that I have everything that I need. So one of the best ways I've found for myself to do that is to use a couple add-ons. The main add-on is I'm going to show you here. And here we go. It is called Ulrich's Skill Point Finder. And basically what I like to do is I will go into my tune and I will whip out the calculator either on my phone or my desktop, and I will determine what skills do I want, and I will add up how many skill points I'm going to need in order to make this happen. All right, so you have your 3 class lines. Basically, I would say for me, I want to open all of these. So we know that we have 2 for every skill, and then however many for each passive. So like all these passives take 2 skill points. So if I add all these up, and there's a skill line, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 2, which is 20. So I'll take 20 skill points to level up all of these and be able to get the morphs that you want. So 20, 20, and 20 is 60. And you just keep adding this up. So go through your skill line, figure out what weapon you want to use, figure out what, I would highly recommend just get all the passives. It's not that difficult to get skill points, as I'm going to show you. And getting all the passives, at least for everything that you're going to be wearing, will benefit you because, as you may or may not know, this game is a game of passives. You get a lot of benefit from unlocking these passives, and they really can make your character pretty powerful. So what I suggest is go through, look at the skills, or look at whatever build you're going to be looking at online. Decide for yourself what skills you want and what skills you need. So what I did was I came up with a number for both. In order to have all the skills that I need for the build that I'm running, I need 292 skill points. In order to have all of the skills that I want, I need 362 skill points. Now, in order to do that, you might start asking yourself, how am I going to get all these skill points? 362, that sounds like a lot. And it is a significant amount, but it's not impossible to do if you have a way to guide yourself. And that's where this add-on is going to come into. So what you're going to do is go to Minion or whatever you use to download your add-ons. Go ahead and grab Ulrich's Skill Point Finder, load it in, and then open it up. And the way you open it up is by typing /USPF, hit the enter button, and then boom, this screen will pop up. And we're going to go over the screen, and we're just going to show you kind of how I decipher this. Right. So we'll start with the general skill points. The general skill points are skill points that you get from your character level, from the main quest, and from particular quests throughout Tamriel. Each one of these quests, each one of these quest lines under here will give you a particular amount of skill points. And basically what I do is I find the name of the quest I'm going to go on. I'll Google where it starts. I'll go find that person and then start that quest. So you can see that you can get a total of 129 skill points just from doing your leveling your character all the way to level 60. I'm sorry, all the way to level 50. Doing the main story quest and then doing these additional quests that take you throughout Tamriel. Pretty easy thing to do. 129 points basically just by playing the game. If you don't want to do a lot of PvP and acquire Alliance War ranks, just take 50 points off of that, and you'll see that's what the amount of points that you're going to be working with from that section. Excuse me. Then you have your public dungeons and group boss events. So pretty much every place, every zone will have one dungeon that will give you a skill point for completing the group boss event. That's not necessarily whatever delve or anything like that, but you're going to find it like for here, it is called Rolanil's Fall. Rolanil's Fall is located here on the map in Greenshade. And you go in there. Once you get inside of there, what I like to do is Google the quest line, go in there, find out what task you have to accomplish. Sometimes it's defeating all the bosses inside the dungeon, the public dungeon. Sometimes it's just going to one particular boss, like this one in particular. You go into the room the boss is in, you defeat all the ads in the room, you light the pyre, and the boss shows up, and you defeat the boss, you get the skill point. Usually you don't have to complete the entire public dungeon in order to get a skill point, but you may have to depending on which zone you're in. Now, we'll go back into the skill point finder. There's one of those for all of these zones for a total of 24 skill points. So that's another 24 skill points that you get. Very easy to do. Easily soloable. You can do them at any level with level scaling, so it's not that difficult. We're going to skip the one in the middle here for now because it's the most intensive one. So we'll skip over to group dungeons. So these are your group dungeons that you do by queuing for the daily dungeon or by queuing for specific dungeons. And they open up based off of your level. So once you reach level 50, all of them will open up for you. And you just go in and you complete the quest within the dungeon while you're running the dungeon. And you can see I've only done about 10 of these, so I have another 30 of them to do in order to get those skill points. So that's another 30 skill points that I can get. Very easy to do. You get a lot of CP for running these. Run the dailies every day, which I haven't really been doing on this tune, but you can do that and you'll get pretty much what you need from the group dungeons. That's an additional 40 skill points. And then here, storyline quests and sky shards. So storyline quests are the quests within each zone that progress the story throughout the main storyline throughout the game. You will find them typically in the first city you come to, and by the time you've finished, like here in Grotwood, I finished the 3 storylines there. Once I did all 3 of those and got those 3 skill points, it gave me a quest to come to Greenshade, and then I started these lines. If you just continue to follow those, you will knock all of these out. If you need to, and you're just missing 1 or 2 of these, or a handful of them, what I would do is I would pick a zone, do a zone a day, or just grind out the whole thing. It's totally up to you. But what I would do is just pick a zone, go find that starter quest, and then do all 3 and get all 3 skill points throughout the zone. And then also all of the sky shards in each zone. This will let you know how many sky shards there are. So, the most in any one zone would be 17 in Hrothgar. Excuse me. But just come here. You can see how many sky shards you have to get. Go get those sky shards. Sometimes they're in delves. Sometimes they're in dungeons. As you can see here, real quick, I'll pull the map up and I'll show you. We'll go to a random area. So here we go. Right here, we're in Shadowfen. As you can see, there are sometimes sky shards in delves. There are sometimes sky shards in dungeons, and then there are the sky shards that are on the landscape. So just go through and grab all of them as you're doing the storyline. That's what I do. Pretty easy to do. There's an add-on called Sky Shards that will allow you to see all of these on your map, as well as all the lore books. You can pick those lore books up as you're running through each zone. Go through every zone, get the Sky Shards that you need. Shouldn't take you much time to get through each zone. If you do a zone or two a day, you'll have more than enough Sky Shards. So as you can see, out of the minimum of 292 Sky Shards that I've determined I need for my character, I currently have 168. All right, so I just need to get those additional Sky Shards. Another 124 Sky Shards, not going to be difficult to do. I can get 24 from here, another 100. I still have 89 to get from here, and I can. I will be running all of the group dungeon quests, so that'll be another 40. It'll put me way over the edge. If you go through the process and you want to do all of these, feel free to do it, but go for yourself, figure out how many Sky Shards you need so that you can unlock the skills that you're going to require for your class. And that's it. That's how you get all the additional Sky Shards. You can do this while you're leveling your toon. You can do this while you're gathering CP. You can do this after you do your crafting writs for the day. Basically, what I do on my toons is log in, do all my crafting writs, and then I grab this toon and start knocking out the skill points that I want. One additional feature on the skill point finder is this. I'll show you real quick. You can adjust it based off of what toon you're on. So if you're looking for, let's go to one of my newer toons. You see right here, I have a grand total of 7 out of 444. You get 444 skill points if you do everything that's on the skill point finder. That's more than enough to unlock all of the crafting and every skill you would need for your character in game. So it shouldn't be a problem to get the skill points that you need. This is the way that I'm going to go about doing it. So again, go to Minion or wherever you grab your add-ons from. Download Urix Skill Point Finder. Grab the Sky Shard and the map one that will show you where all of the Sky Shards and the lore books are, and knock all of that out as you're questing through the game. If you do that, you'll have all the all the skill points that you need, very quickly, within a couple of days or weeks. You'll have everything unlocked and you'll be ready for the in-game content. So that's kind of my plan to get all the skill points that I need. Again, my name is Kazdan. I'm with Survivors Gaming Union. We're located on the PCNA server for the Elder Scrolls Online. If you are or ever were a member of the military, law enforcement, or a first responder, we would love to have you in our guild. You can find me in game at Kazdan. That's at CASDON. Just shoot me a tell. and I'll get you an invite. Or join our Discord, and one of our people on Discord will get you an invite in game. Please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the alerts so that you get an alert whenever I upload a new video, and then hopefully we'll keep this going. And subscribe, it's free, helps out the channel a lot, and I hope to see everybody in game. So for Survivors Gaming Union, and for this channel and the Stank to Tank series, I am Kazdan. I'll see you in game.